Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Maskmayor here, and welcome in for episode 8 for Blueprints. And hopefully this time we won't have as many problems as we did last stream regarding certain math puzzles. Last stream I had to edit out about like 40 minutes of the stream because I got like stuck on a very, just... I had a love-hate relationship with the Billiard Room dartboard puzzle. Considering it's a math puzzle, I've made that very apparent already. Somehow this game is actually maybe a bit better at math. But yesterday, there was a particular variation of the puzzle because it gets harder every time you do it. That was absolutely... It was frustrating because it was actually very simple in the end, but they made it look like much more difficult than it needed to be. It was definitely like more, not like less math and more of them like being very deceptive with the equation. And even the others may possibly end up like, going through that particular variation. I'm not going to say anything here because I want you guys to try to solve that for yourselves. But at the same time, if you're also watching my streams of this, more than likely you're not really concerned much with spoilers or, solutions to puzzles or anything like that. So anyways, with that being said, yesterday's stream, we got like, a lot more stuff done. I finally was able to go down into the, use the elevator to get down to the foundation. What I originally was saying about trying to get around to the right side of the foundation from the outside. Ended up working. It gave us a switch. We were able to use to lower down the elevator, which now is permanently accessible, so we don't have to worry about like having to do it every single run. So we went down there and found a door for the basement key. They required a basement key. So meaning that the good news is now that the elevator is, permanently accessible, we don't have to worry about like trying to activate it every single time. So if we can get to the antechamber and get the key, we can just go back, go back to the antechamber, or not go back to the antechamber. The antechamber is where the key is. We can just go to the antechamber, get the key, head back to the foundation and go down. So that's one step out of the way for that. But also we got the pump room again, drained the fountain outside, and went down there. And lo and behold, another basement key door. So I don't know if they may like lead to different areas or all might be linked or whatever. But at least that means that if I do get the basement key, I don't know if I can like use it on both doors like in one run or what. But technically both ways are accessible. So if I was getting the antechamber thing, I could actually probably open both doors. It'll be a nice thing if opening them would open them permanently, but I don't know if that's going to be the case considering the whole thing with the secret garden and all that. But at the same time, this is like probably like the only door that, we've got that requires a certain key, like, right there at the start. Like with the silver key and the secret garden key, that pretty much, automatically turns a door into a door to one of those places. But this is the only real door that, like the two doors we've seen, that require a certain key from the outset. So, well, outside like the car key, like the car door and all that. But, we're talking like the extra doors you can go through. So, another thing I did was, we did the pump room puzzle again to, basically, because I can't remember if we actually did like the foundation puzzle in the last stream or the stream before last. I think I was trying, we may have done the fountain key thing, the fountain puzzle in the stream before the last one. I can't remember, but, at the very least, last stream we also got things like hopefully drained where we can go down to the reservoir this time. We just got to roll the tomb again so we can go down there and see what's going on. And we also got a pretty awesome little upgrade thanks to the utility box. We solved the puzzle with that. Got a nice little upgrade. So anyways, without further ado, we're going to go and get on into this. It's day 33 on this now. Also, guys, because it's a little bit, hot today and all that. And for some reason, I think it's because of the shirt I'm wearing. For some reason, whenever I wear this shirt, it's a little bit tighter or whatever, like, than some of the other ones. I think, like, for some reason, I kind of like sweat at times when I wear this shirt. But nonetheless, it should hopefully be a good stream for this, as long as the house is working with me. And not trying to, like, be petty as it was yesterday with that math puzzle. So, I've also got my notebook, of course, like right here. Because there are like definitely like some things I'm still trying to figure out, such as the safe key or the safe puzzle in the drawing room, and also the safe in the office and all that. But there is something else I'm gonna try to do as well. Now that I've kind of thought about something, and I looked it up and kind of confirmed things, just to kind of like make sure I wasn't going blind during the stream. So, what we're gonna be doing this time, also, we can get the bunker. See, because one thing I never thought about before, sure enough, I've had like issues before. Like we had like that one safe box key outside. When we went to, not the bunker, but the shelter, basically the same thing. And I noticed the time's still going here. So we go by this, we see that the game starts at 8 o'clock. Each day starts at 8 o'clock. So I've kind of like think I figured out like a certain puzzle regarding like the bunker, or the shelter. I keep calling it bunker. Okay, at least like the fountain's still drained. Actually, it shouldn't be drained because... Wait a minute. Okay, I was making sure here. I was like, wait, hold on a second. That's right, because I forgot, like, we did, like, undrain the fountain. We did, like, fill the fountain back up somewhat. So if I do want to take that path, I'm going to have to at some time. I'm going to have to, like, redo the pump room puzzle. But, if we got lucky and got the antechamber, and then, like, got the pump room, I could always, like, redo that. But I want to do the... Okay, so no tomb yet. That's the thing, because we need the tomb to get down into the reservoir. And unfortunately, that also means we don't have the shovel either. Or, like, the shelter. So, we're going to go ahead and... It's not really... Like, all these aren't really the best. But since I have been finding more items, I'll just do the trading post. If by chance we do get a magnifying glass and a metal detector and a workshop, I could, like, still test out my theory with this. I don't just want to go in just, like, in my first run of the stream, just to try to... I mean, we're going to try to, like, do it naturally. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I got a good idea on, like, how, like, the safe box thing works. Because we know that Simon arrived at the state on the 7th. So at this point, it'll probably be, like, day 40. Or it'll be, like, something like 40 or whatever. I don't know how to go. I have to, like, figure out, like, exactly, how, like, we'd arrange things on the box. On the safe. Or in the computer. Alright, so, So really this time, I mean, I'm just mainly just trying to go through and just... I don't know. I mean, the main goal is just see if we can get to the antechamber. Because we can get to the antechamber. We can go ahead and, like, at least unlock the one door. Alright, so what we got going on here? Alright, well, I was saying I wanted the magnifying glass. So at least that's one start of things. Alright, so where are they going? The true boxes are both empty. The false boxes are both true. The gems are in the blue box. Okay, that's a tough one. The false boxes are both true. So basically what it's trying to say is the false boxes are actually both telling the truth. So that means if this is a false box, it's actually telling the truth. If this is a false box, it's saying it's in the blue box, but it said the true boxes are both empty. And think about it. The false boxes are both true. Because here's the kick to it. It says both empty. We can only have gems in one box. So we know this one right here, it's kind of like, you know, saying something that's BS right there. So we know that one's... The false boxes are both true. Okay, that's kind of tough. Because we know, like it says right here, the true boxes are both empty. We can only have gems in one box last I recall. The gems are in the blue box. The false boxes are both true. So think about it. This obviously is saying it's a straight up fake box. Because the true boxes are both empty. They're going to be empty, like both other boxes are going to be empty regardless. The false boxes are both true. Meaning, we're going to have that's the whole kick to it. Okay. We have to have at least one false box and at least one true box. So what they're saying is like the false boxes are both true. So if this one's technically trying to say it's lying, it's not. So it means like, you know, it's a false box are both true. It means it's true. And that means like this one has to be true. So we're just going to chance it. Whatever happens, happens. I'm probably overthinking it too much. I'm just hoping that... That's not the one I wanted to open. See, I was like looking at the chat and I bet you it was the blue one. That sucks. Darn it. I can't believe I just did that. Because I was like, you know, looking at the chat and I turned right around. I was in front of the box. I immediately pushed the button because I thought I was in front of the blue box. And I looked at the... Well, at least we know it wasn't in the white one. I bet you it was in the blue one. So not really the best start of this, Rogues, but I'll own that one. So I started off with 2 gems anyway, so it's not like it's the end of the world. I still can't like I just did that. Like a very embarrassing way to go about starting this. Okay, I want to do West Wing Hall so we can go up because I want to. Because the main goal now is to see if we can get to the antechamber so we can at least access the elevator. Or I'll go down there and like access that door. Yeah, that'd be great if that's what it was. Okay, could go get a start on items here. A key. I thought I said it was 4 items, unless it's... Oh, car keys. Alright. I hate the chapel, but it's the best way to kind of go up. We still need to get like the if we're gonna take this route, we definitely need to get lucky with that with the secret garden key. Okay, we'll do the hallway. This should still be locked anyway, regardless, because we accessed it lower down. It might be best I try to save that for late. See, I must just walk back in there, knowing dang. Yep, I'm off to a bad start here. In regards, like, you know, not specifically the you know, the rooms. Just me making some mistakes here I shouldn't be making. Okay, hopefully maybe we can kind of like get some good, we got 18 stars this time. Alright. Is it 4 or 2? I think it's just 2. Alright, everything is 50% off today. And 3 steps. That works. Because we can get the metal detector, and we can roll a workshop. I can finally go see if I can do something with that dynamite. Okay, so we're starting to do this now. Great. I really hate when this happens. Well, I mean, I might as well go do the storeroom, because this ain't gonna lead nowhere. At least this will get me, like, you know, some extra resources. It still frustrates me. There's a piece there, too. Because I don't know if these chess pieces really, like, have any significance. I mean, with this game, probably so. Like, I really feel like I should be, like, you know, just kind of, like, you know, keeping notes of their locations. I'm hoping I'm not, like, you know... Okay, so... I'm not shooting myself in the foot by not logging the locations of them, but I'm just trying, like, to take one thing one step at a time here. Card and car. Okay, good thing I got a key. See, I'm really compelled to do that because I can get 3 more keys, and I do have, like, the, I do have the, car keys. But that's gonna just make things a whole lot more difficult. Then I'm gonna have to go all the way back around to the foundation, and we don't want to do that. I'm hoping that I might be able to have, like, you know, some good luck and get this, secret garden key. That's kind of like the way we're going here. Except we're not... Nope, nice try. Not yet. Okay, no, bedrooms usually I tend to be closed off. Now, the only problem here is... See, the halls, if I end up... I mean... Let's say I'm lucky and I get, like, the foyer. I'm hoping this works. I do have the gems for it. I wanted to, like, go and get a shop, but... I think if I can, like, open it. Come on, give me the foyer. See, here's the thing. I kind of want to do the Great Hall, but this is definitely going to be a gamble here. I mean, we got a couple spots down there between the den and the entrance hall and everything, and all that, where I can work around it. See, if I do the Great Hall, there's a chance of the switch right here, and I might not get another chance at it. So I'm going to gamble on it. I didn't want to, but... I shouldn't, like, waste a step going in there. Now, if I can get the commissary... The problem is it's still taking my money and everything, so... I kind of use this to cut on through. I actually take 2 gems to do that, but that's actually best case scenario. It leads ways all around. Okay, that opened up. That opened up. What about this one? Okay, this is kind of going the way I want it to. I had to go through all my gems, but... Metal detector. Okay. See, another thing I really could do, if I don't need the car keys, I could go and try to trade them. That's too bad. I seen that gem I just used. I could have got the rumpus room. And I could have got 8 coins out of it. Alright, well... It's definitely a good idea to do this, otherwise we're not going to be able to go anywhere. Unless I get lucky with the entrance hall down there. I'm still hoping... Because I want to get past up getting the military, because if I can pull a workshop... I'm not really too keen on this one. Because otherwise this is going to go straight down. Okay. Not going in there just yet. I'm hoping I'll end up, like, you know, having some luck here at the entrance hall. We'll see. Of course I don't. Yep, so that happened. Well, not necessarily, because I needed the utility closet. I was just hoping it was going to be further in. It's not the end of the world. And also in case we get the gymnasium, I can turn that effect off. I'm going to do that just in case I see the garage. Hold on, and one other thing. No, that's right, because I remember like the key card system where when I turned it off before, I didn't really do anything. It's just like maybe where we couldn't even access the key cards. I think like all the times I've yet to actually, you know, even open up a key card door, I don't think. At least not with not without using a key card. I mean, it would, or at least like in other ways that the only ways I've really actually opened it have been like, you know, ways that don't involve a key card, like when it was linked to the Great Hall. But at least now this means we'll know which way we're gonna be going with the dark room. Lucky there. Gotcha. Well, I mean, this works. It's actually best case scenario because, you know, we're not going to lose, like, you know, steps in the gym now. Except for the one. See, and now the shovel's available. I could do this. Welcome in, Nika. I'm hanging in there, all things considered. Hope you're doing okay. Okay, let's see. Is the treasure in the same spot this time? Yeah. Now we just gotta get up there. I'm telling you, if I don't get that treasure, I'm bringing it back over and checking it back in. All right, definitely gonna do the tunnel here. Yeah, I appreciate you, Nika. Thank you. Just hoping I got like enough to get by on everything. See, I can't do it. I don't want to do the tunnel because it's gonna be locked. We'll do this. All right, we'll do the pantry. This definitely is kind of this definitely is two things we need because we need, like, you know, the here's our steps just a little bit more, and we need a money because we want to get that shovel. If we can get up 2 more steps or whatever, I can, you know, I can check out the and do the treasure map. Let's just hope it all works out. Damn it. I was worried this was going to happen. Which... I mean, it's not over yet. If I get lucky with the Great Hall, I can still keep going up. Jeez, I hate when this happens. I don't even have no way into the foundation now unless I can get through there with the Great Hall. No food. I think we got just about enough for the shovel. Don't really know if there's any real point to it, but... yeah, this run's kind of definitely been a little bit trickier anyway. Part of me's feeling like I should just go ahead and... because I don't know if I have enough steps to do everything. Kind of considering just taking everything back to the coat check. I'm taking, like, the map back to the coat check. Now, see, here's a good thing. I can get the sleeping mask and the shovel. I forgot they were like 50% off, so. So now, I could go back up. Now, give me 5 more steps, too. All right. So, our best case scenario. It's going to definitely take some luck. It really is. I feel like I definitely should go ahead and, like, take this treasure map back just in case. I mean, I know I'm, like, losing some steps doing this, but some things kind of went south during this run, and I don't want to risk losing my treasure map, so. And I don't even know if, like, going to the trading post, I don't know if you can get, like, the, special keys through it. I doubt it. That'd be way too easy. Like, the other, like, thing I really need to kind of think about is I need to try to draw a locksmith. If I do that, that's going to guarantee, like, I can have a chance at a, it's not going to be a guarantee I'm going to get the key, but it can, like, give me a chance at getting a, the, secret garden key. Because that's, like, we're trying to do that, or, I mean, that's basically the only way we can really kind of get in there with a key. Because that's the thing, even if I did get, like, because I only got one key on me, even if I was to get really lucky and draw, like, the room in the Great Hall with the lever, I still got to get to the antechamber. So let me see here, which way we going now? There's not really a whole lot we can do anymore. There's no way to get into the foundation unless I was, like, to open up that one Great Hall door. Yeah, this run kind of, like, definitely went south. It was hell that I didn't get that. See, now, definitely don't want to do that. I mean, at least I turned the key back in. I'll turn the treasure map back in so I can use that later. This is the reason why I was hoping that with the Great Hall, I would have actually got the foyer instead. All right, so could try to go up still. Don't see no point, but see, yeah. That's basically the end of the run here. There's no way for us to go up now. But I can at least see if I can score a key here and try to go through the. Oh. See, it's always the key I don't need. See, they always give me this one, and whenever they give me this, I never see, like, any kind of, like, metal detector doors. Not metal detector. I'm talking about metal detector. I'm literally holding one. I never see, like, any doors for the key cards. They can take their bad comedy on some. Hang on. I think he's on, like, trying to. I guess it's trying to say there's something in here, but I bet it's behind one of these doors. Yeah, so we're basically stuck now. I'm gonna at least humor it. I got one more idea I just thought about. It'd be great if this works, but I doubt it because I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to make it out there. I want to at least go see what's what I can trade. Got enough steps to get there at least. Okay. Because I'm gonna laugh if I go out here and find out you can trade for keys, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough steps to get back to the coat check. But I don't know if I really want to get with my treasure map anyway. I haven't actually unearthed any treasure yet, so like actual treasure from a map. Best case scenario is I can actually get the spyglass. Alright, select item of trade, car keys, coupon book, lucky rabbit's foot, salt, coin purse, lock. Now that right there is tragic comedy. Like pure bad comedy there. I know what, whatever. So I'm wondering if it actually might mean certain items or whatever, because they kind of like seem like a bit on the nose that I could trade a key card for the lockpick. So if I get a key card later, I could like, later on I can just come back and trade that. But knowing my luck, I'll do that and then find there's like key card doors everywhere. All right, we can't really do much else today. I was really hoping I was going to get that, be able to make that burning glass. So I guess like see if I can use it on that dynamite. Okay. So, prosaic, Villa. Yeah, good for it. That run wasn't exactly the best. I mean, we didn't really get too much accomplished that time. Like I said, once we can get the tomb, we can go explore the reservoir. Just gotta roll the tomb. Alright. Let me at least, like, get a path open first before I head back outside. But no, that might not be... Well, too late now. I just thought about it because, like, the path could have actually... Like, whatever outdoor we got could have, like, affected the rooms. But... Alright, we'll do this one. Do the pantry. Alright. So, let's hope we get, like, a decent roll here. I'm definitely, hoping for the tomb. Yes, but of course that would have been technically possibly been a spoiler if I didn't know about it. Alright, so unfortunately we didn't get, like, what I needed that time either. Okay, so we still gotta re-roll the tomb. Still gotta get that. Alright, let's go. Let's check right. Okay, we'll do the den. Yeah, well, it literally says, like, I have a thing about, like, this thing, someone actually didn't get, the room yet. You're basically, talking about, like, a room they haven't, actually found yet. And this is a game that's very much about, like, solving things on your own. And finding things on your own. Okay, we're gonna do the, hallway. I'm gonna save my gem and just do the hallway. Okay, we'll do the nook. Or do I do the observatory? Keys are kind of crucial. I'll do the observatory next time it pops up, hopefully. Possibly. At least we got a jump start with the metal detector so we can go ahead and, like, and find keys and everything. Oh, magnifying glass. So we got another chance of making the burning glass, not like we need it now. Okay, don't really need the courtyard just yet because, it's going to be unlocked since the room's going to be unlocked anyway down here. Just spare bedroom. Welcome in, Elginox. Okay, the thing's still up, so there's another item in here, or... I'm hanging in there, man, all things considered. Thanks for asking. Okay, I'll do the observatory this time. No matter what, I still need to, like, make sure, like, even if I can't get into the chamber again, it'll link into the... I can have a way into the foundation. So we got 19 this time. I think we still need, like, one more. Alright. So once we get one more, green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. Okay, looks like the one for diamonds. It'll be going great if I can, like, you know... Alright, that's good. 5 diamonds, and... Okay, that was a nice combination there. It'll be going good, like, you know, if I can get back to the antechamber. Alright, Pete and Peak. We've already done that one. Oh, boy. I might as well go and do this, try to get, like, you know... I just hate, like, you know, when it, like, goes that way, so I can't, like... Yeah, see if I can score 3 more gems. There's an apple, at least, so... Alright. This puzzle harder than it seems. This box is empty. This box is empty. You're empty. You're empty. You're saying it's harder than it seems. It's easier than it seems. I think this is going to be this one. Nice try. That seemed like that was too much of a gamble. Like they wanted me to pick that box, but I went on and did it. All right. I keep wishing if we can get the locksmith. That'd be great. All right. Might as well have access to. Because the main takeaway for this for me is like it'll like link over to the hallway. So I don't have to worry about going back to the den and then entrance hall and then up to the hallway. Plus, like it's not like I don't have the gems. All right. We can't even afford the sledgehammer anyway. Actually, we can't really afford much of anything. So I'm holding on to my money because again, if I can get a locksmith, I got some ideas with that. Alright, corridor is kind of a given here. It's gonna, like, you know, lock the pantry out, but otherwise we're not really gonna be able to, like, I'd rather do this so I can have a chance going up. Otherwise, unless I go to, because otherwise I want to be able to access foundation. Yeah, if we do that or whatever, they're definitely trying to keep me from going somewhere this time. When we've done something else, there would have been no way to go up. Yeah, this layout's not really working too well in my favor either. Except for the chapel, which I'm not doing. We're going to do the courtyard. Since we got the shovel here and the watering can. All right. Hang on, because I hope I didn't miss my opportunity to do that there. I picked up a shovel and now I can't, like... Uh-oh. Okay. For some reason, I had to re-roll that. Not re-roll, but... reset it. A coin. Which... I mean, I could get the sledgehammer with it. Never got a nail before. That's the first for that one. Alright. Hang on a sec, guys. Be right back. Hang on, check that right here. I know I said be right back. I need to go to a BRB, but... Alright, see, we drag in more green rooms, that would really help. I don't think I've actually done this one before. And this does count as a green room, so... Okay, we already read that book before. About 30. It was like, I think like 30-ish, whatever. I don't think it's on sale on Steam now or whatever. I think like the sale for that, like, I know it was like, you know, it was a little bit less before. I definitely say, like, you know, definitely pick it up, Elginox. It's been... Our drawing room. I said, thankfully I've got, like, gyms to kind of go around at the moment, but I also need to make sure I watch how I spend them. And this room is still, like... I'm trying to figure out, like, the safe puzzle here. Great chance of finding items in green rooms. But for me, as much as I don't want to use... I mean, I could, like, redraw the floor plans once. See, now give me more money, so if I can actually score a locksmith... Oh. You know, there's an option for you too, Elginox. Alright. It's been a while since I've consulted this guy over here, so... There's more coins also. Alright, see what he's got to say next. As soon as actually anything like worth... If there's anything, you know, worth, like, you know, jotting down. Last time he was... Didn't really tell me anything I already know.
You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
Yeah, I mean, I got it with birthday money, so...
The image is becoming clear. I hear the pattering steps of children running in the forest. The joyful echoes of laughter in the courtyard. I see an old man sitting in an even older chair. A seed that has served many generations.
Okay, that looks like that might be the foyer right there.
Each with their own stories. Each with their own secrets. Each with their own endings.
Okay, now we've been to the tomb.
In the same chair. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara.
So that was way too damn cryptic right there, where we didn't actually figure out how to write whatever, but the kick to it is...
I will have nothing more to say.
He definitely brought up the drawing room there, but one thing that was actually interesting me more than the drawing room on that one was the foyer. There was, like, you know, writing on the statues that I never actually paid attention to before. Yeah, enlightening, thank you. Wherever help it was, but it's probably going to be something that's going to help me later. Yeah, like I said, we're trying to keep the path going here. Kitchen. That's interesting. It said we can add a... Okay, well... I want to see if I can find the locksmith first. Then I'll, like, I might, like, you know, take a shot at that. Because the morning room, that's a room we never had before. Okay, I don't want to continue to spend my gems, but this is the best option here because it gives me 3 pass, while that one only gives me 1. I mean, that one gives me 2, but I'm trying to save my money. Only problem is the doors may be locked. We know that much. But at least, you know, it's right next to the kitchen. Office. I definitely want to access that. I just hate how it's making me use my gems here. Like, those gems, like, went pretty quickly. I don't know why I'm doing this, but... Huh? See, I never noticed that before. Look right there. Red memos equal lies unless written by hand. Oh. So not all the red memos are lies. Like, we already knew that was false. Okay, well, definitely helps matters. We definitely need the boiler room if there's a possibility of us getting the lab. This also leads to another problem that we need to get more gems, which I've got the money to do that because I'm... Okay. We'll do the boiler room. I know dang well they were trying to tell me I need to do this puzzle all over again. I probably just got to activate it. Really? They turned one off? That's... I don't know, unless it's this one. Okay, well that's... nifty. All we gotta do is just go and turn this one on, like, just long... Like, switch this over just long enough to activate it. Alright. Okay, we unfortunately can't access the foundation. Now, before I mess with any doors over here, I want to make sure that I go and get me some more money. Or get some more gems. And now that I notice this... Oh, yeah. So apparently, we can route power like this. It's not going to go anywhere here, but... Yeah. We can use to route power. So if there's a room up above or whatever, like up ahead, that, like, you know... And this actually works really well. Holy hell, does it work well. Because there's a crossway and the vents are going all four ways. If this is what I'm seeing here. Meaning we can, like, you know, have, like, you know, 4 different areas, like, 4 chances here. Alongside, like, what we get in the boiler room right there. So we've got, like, multiple chances, like, you know, finding a room where we can, that requires power. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Let's just hope that, like, something comes from it. For, like, I head back all the way back over to the commissary. Get some gems. Okay, that's definitely worst case scenario there. But hopefully I can salvage this. I mean, we didn't have, like, no way through the security room anyway. Or the corridor, so... Let's do the dining room. Hopefully this means we can re-roll the lab. Okay, now I need to, like, make sure which I wouldn't need to do the lab there anyway, because it wouldn't have been linked to the security. Or, like, the security of the boiler room. I think they said that the lab does require power, so... Right now I just need to go ahead and, like, you know, just buy up some gems. Darn, I wasn't paying attention, like, what I was buying. Well, that's still gonna help, and I still got just enough for the gems, so, I mean... I'm just hoping I get some money back up for the locksmith now. I need to, like, start paying more attention to what I'm buying. I mean, since my steps are getting a little bit low, the running shoes actually, you know, could have been, like, a good thing. As long as it's not trying to, like, help me save anything and save any steps in the moment. Wait, did I ever go into the pantry before? I don't... shoot. Welcome, PogChamp. Alright, I know I'm having to backtrack here. Thankfully it's not by much. Okay, I didn't check here. Alright, so hallway. Alright, so we got like up some gems now, but I'm gonna try to see what I can do directly with the boiler room. It's probably the best bet here. See like what I can I guess into directly link with it. Just need to watch my steps here. Unfortunately, I don't have any keys, so hopefully, like, you know, one of these will open up. Probably not going to be this one. I knew it. How about this one? So I've been wanting to do this one. I mean, it will leave me enough to access the laboratory if it pops up. It's an interesting room. Very detailed paper model of a set. Wait a minute. Is that a drawing room? I can't tell. I can't tell which room this is. Okay, and this confirms what I already knew. This is the day that he showed up here at the estate. Day 1's on the 7th November, so. Hold up. Oh, well, that's just clever. Wow. Okay. The Great Hall partitioning plan for Thursday, December 10th. $12.10? Eh. Okay, so if I'm lucky here, I got to. All right, so let's see. So Thursday is the it might actually be like, you know, 5 digits. I don't know. Or 6. So let's think about this. 4, 12, 10. 4, 12, 10. Or but then we're gonna go the way of like trying to count Sunday as the first day of the week. Wait, hold on. Did he say November? Or... Yeah, December 10th. All right, we already know about, like, you know, hall pass. Shelter, skill, tomato soup, skilled players. This is already things. All right. Notice some floors that have more than one color in their design. These rooms that are unique, that they simultaneously share all the characteristics of each type of room associated with these colors. For example, the floor plan with a violet and gold border will be best described as a bedroom shop, while an orange and green one might contain a corridor, greenery, and plants. Very useful multicolored floor plans that supports all the color-based strategies listed in the volume. For example, you can give you a bonus steps for having a nursery as well as being unlocked for having a foyer. Okay. So basically, it's like a lot of stuff I already knew. It's still, you know. Alright. During studio, you will be able to choose a brand new floor plan to permanently add to your draft pool. Dovecoat. Whenever you draw a dovecoat while drafting, you may rotate floor plans. That'd be interesting. Anytime you dig in a room, unlock all doors in that room. I don't know how useful that would be. Maybe if it was connected to a Great Hall. Tomorrow you start with 1 key for each clock room you draft a day. Okay, I don't know how I feel about these. The ability to rotate, like, sounds good. And the clock tower only has, like, 1 entrance to it. The kennel doesn't really feel like, you know, that useful. So we go with the dovecote or the clock tower. I mean, at the very least, if I draft the clock tower today or whatever, I can, like, you know, have a key to start off with tomorrow. But that dovecote sounds really, because considering, like, how much yeah. I think I'm gonna go with the dovecote, considering all the times, like, I've had like rooms. Yeah, I mean, it seems like that'd be a good synergy. But dovecote, I'm kind of looking at all the times problems I've had, like, you know, with rooms that didn't match the way I wanted to go. Towering Lost served home to many of the feathery locals of Mount Holly. As a devout bird watcher and amateur ornithologist, Mary had petitioned her uncle for years for this to be built on the estate. All right. I wish there would have been, like, better choices, but that could come in handy. But now I need to just figure this out. Okay, at least this goes up. But now I'm gonna have to roll the lab on the next one. Like, there's no bones about it. I have to, like, you know, get the lab, otherwise that's it. There's no other vents. I got 1 bedroom. Now this could help, because there's a... Alright, yeah. I wasn't doing... We're doing the lab there. Okay, we know that we saw that thing in the dark room and said not to believe that. Okay. Well, hold up. This is... I never saw this. Miss Ruoda. Ms. Babbage has told me that you will be overseeing network maintenance over the next few weeks while I will be gone. I apologize in advance for the extra workload. I believe I'll be back in Reddington by the middle of February, but even that is not a certainty. Either way, I do not anticipate there will be any major issues while I'm gone, as the difficulties we were having last month with the terminal connection seem to be resolved. If there's an emergency and you find yourself having to enter the central server site, I have set you up with a temporary admin key to allow you to access the network administrator controls. Admin key. First 4 letters of your last name, followed by first initial. First and 5th character should be capitalized. If you have any questions, please... We gotta figure out Ruoda's first name. Okay, admin key. First 4 letters of your last name. So it's Ruote. Okay. Or Mr. Ruoda. Unless Ruoda is his first name. Hold up. He'd have to have access to this. If this is Ruoda's spot here, why would he have this otherwise? Why would he have this letter? So we have to, like, look at the other thing. Alright, so let's see here. Ruote. Followed by first initial. First and 5th character. Alright, so that means, like, the last initial, his first initial for, like, you know, which will be the last letter. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know in the next few days for my departure. And we gotta skim over... So is it Hartley Ruota? At the very least, I'm gonna like just put down both both words here, both names. So going by that, should be R-U-O-T-H, with the R and the O capitalized. Well, unless we got reverse the names. I don't know if it's Rhoda Hartley or Hartley Rhoda. But I kind of feel like the way it sounds like formal, like he actually addressed him by his first name. Like we say Hartley or whatever, like he's not gonna call him by his last name. While this sounds like Mr. Rhoda, like this sounds like that the first one sounded like it was more on a personal thing where he was calling him by his first name. This one sounds like it's more like formal, calling him by his last. So I want to say it may be Hartley Rhoda, assuming it actually is like I said, why would he have like that letter unless it was addressed to him? Okay. Either way, but my main concern still is this safe. Wait a minute. And this might just give me like a very good clue on how this thing works. The only problem is we need to know which way it's facing, but this actually might just told me the exact layout for the Great Hall. So I know exactly how to get in there. Or what door does what. So with this, we know that one right there has something to it. That one's a dead end. That one's a dead end. And this leads out. And that leads out. So that one will lead out. The middle one right there leads out. That one leads out. Whatever. That should at least give me a little process elimination. And after I do it the first time or whatever, I'll know the layout of it. But this may have just told me how I can get into the room I want to with the lever. Alright. Thursday, December 10th. Again, so I still say there's something to this. Why would they say the date right there unless there was something to it? But also could be the order, could be the date could be scrambled. Alright, so we'll say yeah, Thursday, December 10th. I already did that one, but hang on. 12, 10. I have fun. This might be a nightmare too, but then again, I could be looking at it too much. Because what if it's this? Because here's the weird thing. Well, yeah, December 10th, Thursday, December 10th. Obviously, he was doing that, well ahead of this. I wonder if this could be a red herring and it's something to do with the date here. But still seems a little bit on the nose that we're using, the whole thing with, Simon's Arrival for another puzzle. We already, had that for the time lock safe outside in the, shelter. So, would it be 11:07? Can't be. Nope. So here's the other thing I'm concerned with. What if? What's going on here? Because I don't even know, what room this is. It may be a room that's completely undrafted. I don't know which room this is. I mean. But then again. see. I was trying to like look at it from that point of view, but it wasn't taking. I was wondering if it could have been like a little scale model of like, you know, this. Well, not a scale model, but if it could have been like a model of this room. See, I'm not seeing like a shelf like, I'm not seeing like, you know, a shelf like that anywhere in here. I don't think it's the office. I'm trying to think of like, you know, if there's another room in the estate that's seen like this, but even still, it's the whole factor that we access the safe here, so it feels like this is like a completely like, you know, just unrelated room to anything I've seen on the estate. This is a tough one. But again, we do it like this, it's, you know, the fifth day of the week. Darn it. I was really hoping that was going to be it. Okay, I'm unsure about this one. Like, I don't want to leave out here without figuring this one out. I mean, I already knew it looked weird. I was just didn't know. I mean, I skimmed it before and I didn't see anything. See, the main thing I'm kind of thinking about is that the trees. 3, 4, 4, 2? Uh-uh. And it wasn't. And I was looking at the apples, like, you know, on the trees. But here's the weird thing about it. Why in the hell is it like, you know, look like it's springtime in November? Unless that's like not anything specific to it, but this is like, looks like it's like, you know, in the middle of spring. But it's showing like a thing for November. This is day 1 right there. This is tricky. It's definitely, cause that's the thing. It's the fact they have a date right here. I don't understand, like, you know, the fact they got a date here. Unless I might have already done this, but that's a very specific date for them to have, like, here for whatever reason. Let me. I don't think there's anything to this either. Again, Thursday, December 10th. I think 12/10. 05/12/10. Because it seemed like they put like emphasis on putting Thursday right there. I don't know. I mean, I've got nothing on this. Hoping it's not that I'm missing something in here. I mean, I'm just kind of like skimming around trying to see if I can interact with something else, but I was checking the trash can, so I just learned my lesson from that a minute ago, like not checking the trash can in the servants' quarters. Again, Thursday, December 10th. See, what I was hoping is I could flip through this and see. I figured that could be one of those things like they wanted me to like maybe flip up to December. Wait a minute. Trying to think about something here. Hold up. Okay, so going by November here, right? 30th, all right, 30, all right. The first will be on a Tuesday. Second on Wednesday. Third on Thursday. I hope I'm right on this. Because they just did what I think they did. Something adding up. I mean, unless I'm getting everything wrong here. So it says like, then again, I can see why. Because this probably wasn't the same year. I got ahead of myself. Because I was thinking like, okay, the Thursday, December the 10th, you look at the calendar right here. So you got 5 days right there. So, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th would have been on a Saturday, meaning the 10th would have been on a Saturday. No, that's wrong too. What am I thinking? Right, because I forgot, like, the Sunday and Monday aren't accounted for. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th would be on a Friday. Would it go by this one? So either way, we already did like 05 anyway. Okay, so yeah, this one's one I might have to come back to as well. I hate it, but it seems like I'm continuing to find like more like things here I can't solve. I was really hoping I was gonna be able to figure that one out, but I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna try like a little bit more. Like I feel like it can be like a whole bunch of different combinations I can try for this. Because again, why would they put this here? Also, it's just strange that it's also like a note color you don't really see that much. Okay, I'll just have to kind of like hope I can get like the drafting studio again later and try it then, because I don't want to spend too much time on it. But it just kind of feels weird. They have like they have like a calendar here. Then they got that right there. But I don't want to spend too much time on it. Or I did like in spades. Okay, let's hope I can get the lab. Well, that just sucks. I mean, I still got another chance. I don't know if, like, the pool's gonna be affected by this. But I don't want to, like, use that gem. I mean, I can still access the lab with 1 gem, but... Okay, we'll just do this. I don't know if, like, it's going to be effective. Yeah, see, there's no vent in here. It's probably a dumb move on my part. But I mean, I know we can still access the lab if we can draw it here. I'm going to get very lucky over here with the boiler room. Oh, come on, lab. My last chance. Darn it. I hate when they do this. Yeah, so there went that. I had a chance. Like, that's what's frustrating. Like, you know, if only I could have got the lab. There's no point in doing the dark room, so I mean, I'll just... That works, though. It may not be over just yet, rogues. And got past to the kitchen to get over here anyway, so... Not necessarily past to the kitchen, but I can backstep and get like a few, And of course, I'm $1 off. Oh, this game. I can still, like, at least make it back over here. Alright. Yeah, how about no? Of course, and they made sure I couldn't get the, Great Hall. That's what I was banking. I was hoping for the Great Hall. Ah, this game. Now, see, that right there is purely bad comedy. 40 coins. Now watch this not even lead anywhere. Surprisingly, they actually were decided to be nice to me for once. Okay, if I can get one more coin, I can go back to the kitchen. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's when it's interesting. I've never seen it before either. It sucks I couldn't access it. Okay, we got ourselves a coin. It's not going to take much to get back to the kitchen. I want to, like, you know, just get a few more steps here. See, there's no guarantee we'll get the morning room. But this gives me the most steps back. As much as I would like to try the morning room, see what it was like or whatever, I'm trying, like, you know, just kind of, like, you know, have as many steps as I can for the moment. All right, Oh, now they want to do the secret passage. Which could realistically lead to the Great Hall. We got 2 keys to work with here. Oh, now they want to do the foyer. Okay, please let this be the Great Hall. I know it's not going to be. That worked out really well. And dinner's ready. Okay, before we do that, because things could be lining up here, Rogues, if I'm lucky. So let's look at the Great Hall thing here. We got 2 chances. I'm gonna try this one and hope for the best. Come on. That worked well. Alright. We got a chance to get back to the antechamber. If I'm right, going by that, this one should be open. Please be right. So I did call it. This thing we got right here, this picture I took or whatever, is actually kind of a shortcut. So now I know exactly which doors I can open up in the Great Hall if this is right. Because that one should have been a dead end. I mean, I'm hoping it's not just luck. And then before I continue, see, I'm gonna have enough steps to get back to the dining room, I think. I will. I need to because think about it, there's no point in me like trying to go back. Don't tell me I need a key. Damn it. Do not. I really am hoping this is not going to go the way it seems like it is. Because if I got this close just for them to say, oh, we need, like just for them to pull the rug out for me needing a key, that is going to be absolutely terrible. Okay. I really am hoping that's not the way they're going with this. So I just want to say, you know, if that's what happens, I'm done. I might be done with this game for the night. So I'm going to have to get really lucky and find me a key. Because, I mean, if we can get in there... Oh, wait. That's right. The foundation's closed off. Yeah, that's... Okay. No. Yeah, we don't have access to the foundation. So the only other scenario would be if I got, you know... If I end up scoring a, Okay. Now I'm going to hope the fact since I'm seeing like a dig pile down there, that means something. This game can miss me with all this, though. This ain't even right. They are trying to pull the rug out at any chance junction they get. Yeah, I mean, if I got the pump room, I could, like, you know, do that, but... Coin. I mean, it's better than nothing, but... The main scenario thing I was thinking is that if I end up getting a coat check, I could put... If I got the basement key, I could put the basement key in the coat check. No, we don't want to go in there. Uh-oh. We gotta go. Alright, gotta go to the passageway. I think, yeah, I definitely took like some wrong turns, but it's all good. So I can at the very least get some bananas or whatever to kind of like, you know, make sure I make it, which I already knew I was going to, but those extra steps can end up helping later. Okay, the quail. Do we need like the hunting room for this? Trophy room. Alright. There's still 30 steps. Which realistically would be enough for me to kind of like, you know, get things done. But there's still the issue of... Yeah. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to get in there this time. I think the West Wing Hall, over here, the West Wing, it's locked. This game can definitely be brutal at times. This is one of them. So if this door's locked, which I think I already checked and I believe it was, we're done. Crap. I'm trying to like make sure here. Yeah, I mean, we're basically, there's nothing else we can do. And this is, because all the ways they just like threw all this at me right here. And we get up there to the antechamber. Everything worked out, which at least with the Great Hall, the combination we got, or at least like, knowing exactly which door to open. As long as it isn't like, randomly generated every time, it's, we know how to, we can easily get, that lever pulled and get into, we just gotta get to the antechamber. The best case scenario is we can get the Great Hall right there outside the antechamber. But, geez, this just, this one kind of hurt. Because if I could have got that basement key, I could have, like, I didn't have access to the foundation, but also at the same time, if I could have got a coat check. But, I'm not done. That's definitely like some, bad comedy there. But I'm not going to call it on the stream just yet. I'm at least do, like, try to do at least one more run. And at least, like I said, we kind of like got a little cheat sheet on the Great Hall. If it does, like, stay the same way. Like I said, yeah, the drafting studio one was... That one's definitely kind of like, frustrating in its own right. Because, I mean, they gave me, like, 2 different dates there. And neither of them worked. I thought for sure those would have been, like, the combinations to the safe. Because we only found, like, 1 red letter. I'm assuming, like, each of the safes is going to have a red letter in it. Day 35. And I was like, keep on hoping that, we can get the shelter. I mean, I want the tomb more than anything. That's our, our main goal currently, getting the tomb. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and head on down and see what we got going on at the reservoir. If I did everything right. Okay, so hopefully this one should still be, yeah. I just want to do like the puzzle for the statues again, so we just go straight on down. Hopefully I did like the draining correctly. And do we gotta pull this thing again? So we gotta pull that again, we have to do the rest of it. And it's just kind of odd, like the rest of it, everything else stayed the same. Wait, all this time I could just went around it. Just so there was more to it down here. Whoa. These gears keep on turning. They did say something about a minecart before, like, moving it or where. I guess this is... Just can't get over there now, but... Alright, let's see if I did this correctly. Ah, darn. Alright. So my guess is we drained it too much. Now over there, okay, now I'm seeing how this goes. My guess is that, you know, we can probably drain it a little bit further because there's like a walkway down there, but we need access to the boat. So the way I'm kind of seeing this is that if it goes the way I'm hoping it will, we need to get the pump room again. We need to, like, you know, just, you know, pretty much, you know, just get like enough water in there, you know, pretty much, you know, fill it up about halfway more. Because if it was completely full, we wouldn't be able to access the boat at all. Or like there'll be water right there, so we gotta get it like just at that point. So now we need another pump room. But at the very least, you know, we still don't understand. There's a door right there. You know, I wonder if it could be possible that that's the basement key. The basement key door we saw. And what would be cool is if we can unlock that permanently. I mean, we wouldn't have to roll the tomb every time. We just go through the foundation to get in here. And I don't know if that's going to be the case. But then the basement rooms are always there. Just got to have access to them compared to like the secret garden being like, you know, a key that turns a door into a secret garden door. Same with like the silver key thing. They give us a chance like to roll like a room with many doors or whatever. Okay, so next thing we gotta do, we gotta get another pump room. We've got to, because if we do that, we can, like, you know, fill it up just enough. Alright, so another little step back here, but as long as we can score a pump room, you know, it's easily rectified. And realistically, I don't know if it actually be fully possible. If I did get a pump room and I have access to the boat and get to the other side, and it's a way I can get back up to the house or something, I might actually be able to, or like however we can do this, if there's a way to kind of get down there without needing the tomb. I was gonna say I probably could actually, you know, completely drain the pump room during this also, but I don't know if it's gonna work like that. I kind of like want to try to make sure I got the dining room all the way up, like as close to the top as possible. So I mean, I still want to like try like, you know, get into the reservoir, but the other thing I'm still like, you know, thinking about alongside that is just trying to like, you know, get into the antechamber so we can still like do that. So we can still like try to get into the basement. All right, we'll do den. All right, Nook. This is maybe my last run of this tonight, guys. So I'm at least gonna try to see if I can make something happen here. But again, it's all based around like, you know, RNG as well. Okay, I kind of want to do this because we can still like, you know, go up through the green room or through the den. Don't make me regret doing this. Come on, please be something good in here. Alright, well, I mean, that works as far as like being able to buy items moving forward. That doesn't work for me losing my money. Okay, we'll do that. I'm not gonna go in there just yet. Again, I'd like to try to, like, you know, find the commissary first and I can do my spending before I go into the chapel. Oh, darn it. We'll do the chapel so I can get some gems back if I can solve the puzzle. This box contains the gems. This box does not contain the gems. The other two boxes are true. Tough one. The other two boxes are true, so it means this one's probably lying, because, I mean... hang on. Well, maybe it is. Because this one could be telling the truth. Alright, well, I'll chance it. Please tell me. Please don't tell me they just, like, okey-doke me. Ah, they tricked me. This one was lying. I hate when they do that. I should have known, like, it was, like, way too on the nose. I was like, it was way too straightforward. Either way. Now, I could do the boiler room again and hope that I roll the laboratory. But I also have to get my gens back up just to be able to, like, you know. So, there's a problem here. Where I have to go back up to the chapel. Because if I use the boiler room here, and it means we're only going to have, like, one chance at it. I do still want to do that puzzle. It's only going to go one way, and if we don't roll the laboratory, then it's not going to, like, really work out for us. But before I do that, I need to try to see if I can get some more gems up, because it's going to cost getting to the laboratory. Really hate going to the chapel, you know, when I'm loaded, but I only gotta, like, do it once right here before I side my path. Oh my god. I hate when they do this. See, I hate the dark room. I mean, we need to, like, keep going. Okay, so my take on it is that we're basically going to have a room that leads to a dead end anyway. I might as well go and do this to go ahead and cancel out the effects of the dark room. But I would like to have a secret passage, because then we could have kept going. This was trying to get me too. I gotta go into the dark room first just to be able to activate. I forgot about that. Which means I'm basically gonna have to, like, you know, go in and come right back out. Oh my god, of course. So now this means that I end up getting the lab where I won't be able to, like... I hate when this game does this stuff. Hold up. They said it was supposed to be a power outage or whatever. That's the thing. If we had the security thing, we could, like, have it set to where, like, the door would automatically be open. That's the only way we can really go with it or whatever, so. Yeah, that right there. I hate when this... It's... Yeah, they definitely, no doubt. It's bordering on a cursed run here. Not fully cursed, but there's a lot of things that are going, like, very, you know, wrong for me here compared to the, before. Watch it be... Now watch this end up being the lab. No, but they put the security room there. Which could let me shut down the... you know, possibly shut down the security door. I hate when this game does this. Now they want to give me a gem when it's too late. I mean, I still got a chance to get into the foundation. I still, like, need to try to see if I can find the pump room. Yeah, this run definitely kind of, like, went a little south on me. Oh, now they do the lab. And to make matters worse, yeah. So guess what, guys? Like, you know, that just basically ended my run. Yep. That, like, ended really quickly right there. So I'm going to definitely do one more since, like, this was a shorter one. It frustrates me because lo and behold, of course, like, the boiler room isn't facing the right way. I could have got, like, a power source to the laboratory if it was, like, you know, facing upwards. So, yeah, that... Yeah. That sucked. Sounds like the game's rubbing it in, like, you know, giving me food. When I really ain't got nowhere else to go. I gotta call it a day. Like, there's nowhere else I can go with that one. Yeah, that ended pretty quickly. And again, it frustrates because I had the tomb. And I couldn't go back. And I was trying to find a pump room to, you know, go down and, like, check out more of the reservoir. And it's like, nope. Not today, fam. It always seems like, you know, when I got, like, something going, like, with one thing, like, that's when everything else starts going south. So, are you trying to do the lab puzzle? Or trying to, like, do that? Well, you're not going to have the gems for it, which that was kind of on me anyway. But even still, it wasn't going to link to, like, the, boiler room wasn't going to link to the lab anyway. Like, some of this is like you have to have like a lot of luck on your side just to make some of this stuff happen. I also got audio decent going on. Give me a sec, guys. All right. Let me head back out. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is luck and RNG based, but like once you get like things in your like going your way, you still gotta like, you know, work with it, not make mistakes. But a lot of it is just like getting everything lined up properly, which is kind of outside your control. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna start with the parlor. Hallway. And billiard room. Okay, let's go and try to get this math puzzle out of the way. I hope it's not a bad one. Three. 17 minus 3. 18 minus 5. Hold up. 18 minus 5. 13 times 3. 39 times 3. We're doing this now, huh? Oh boy, here we go. Should have known they were going to try to throw a curveball. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, this one already, like, immediately. Hang on. Try this. All right. Yeah, this is another one of those. This seems like this might be harder than the multiplication, that dividing one we did yesterday. I don't know. Wait a minute. Darn. This is 14, right? Yeah, 14. Okay, so 18. Hang on. Hang on. That can't be right. I knew it wasn't. This one. I do not want to have to go through like another long, puzzle like this again, or like, take too long on this. Hold up. I know it ain't probably gonna be the case, but 18 times 3. I thought that one could be it. 18 times 3. Hold on. Try one more thing. This thing, because I keep on coming up with 21. 21's not on there. So as the 3 times 3 minus 5. That wasn't it. Try one more thing. I think I already did this one too, but I figured I got when I was going to go in here and this was going to happen. 3 times 3, because they've been getting worse and worse. 3 times 3. That's 22. No, that's not it either. And figured it wasn't going to be that either. All right, 14. All right. 18. All right, so it's, again, it looks like the threes first. We're going like outer to inner. And that comes up with 39. Hold up. It's 21. See, everything I'm doing right here is like give me a numbers down on the board. I hate these puzzles. It wasn't that bad originally, whatever. But now they've gotten like, more and more complex, but so that's okay. All right, so blue's obviously addition. That's subtraction and multiplication here. I hate this. I'm gonna like come back to it because I'm going to try like do some other stuff first. Not focus on this for too long. I'll come back to it afterwards. I don't want to have it repeated yesterday when I'm stuck on for 40 minutes. All right, we're gonna like draft this. Okay, let's see. Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, Rogue. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. People next door again. Those who've like been on my previous streams, you know what's been going on. Not gonna like touch on it anymore. But yeah. So this is probably gonna be my last run for this tonight, guys. Like I'm still gonna try to continue onwards a little bit more, see if we can figure something out. But yeah. So anyways, we're gonna do the I want to at least open the door to get into the foundation in the event that we can get the basement key. Yeah, I just hate that I had to keep on bringing it up every stream, but I want you guys at least know what's going on, the reason why I'm kind of like, I have to go on these little sudden BRBs that aren't planned. I forgot I had the shovel. Pebbles. A brick. Could do the dining room. But the den I can get like a gem back. But see, this is like the only other way I'm going to be able to go to the right. Alright. Okay, so this one, again, is not really going the best. As far as like, you know, layouts. But we'll do the dark room, as much as I'm not a fan of that. But again, it's the only way we can kind of... Not a fan of the gymnasium either, but... You know, like, mainly I'm just trying to, like, you know, see if I can get that pump room. Or actually, was it the pump room I was trying to do? I wanted, like, invent, like, have access to the reservoir again later. But right now, I'm just trying to see if I could, like, you know, get up to the antechamber one more time. And it just seems like whenever I'm kind of, like, you know, got, like, the good ideas flowing, like, everything starts, like, nerfing it. Alright. See, that's not really going to help because it's... Okay. So, secret passageway right there, like, is just completely irrelevant. That's going to be a waste of a gem if I do that, obviously. So... Well, see, 'cause I'm still hoping that I can find a locksmith again. Kitchen. Yeah, I'm mainly just kind of trying to do like some quick plotting of like, you know, the around, see if I can score what I need, but I don't think I'm going to. Okay. Because again, we're gonna, well, metal detector's good. Because again, I need like to get like a locksmith so I can try like, you know, get one of the special keys. Coin. I at least want to see if I can get to the antechamber one more time. Or at the very least, you know, best other case scenario, if I end up scoring another Great Hall, since I know like how to access the lever there, if my theory's correct. But the other thing is seeing how this is happening now. Which just can, like, you know, give me like a little bit of a shortcut between like Alright. So at least this gives like a little bit of a shortcut between. But let me go and check the West Hall again. Jesus, ain't going my way again. Alright, chapel. All the red rooms we're getting here, like, you know, it's almost like I activate a furnace. Probably gonna go ahead and go for the commissary. I don't know. Do commissary. See, because with this, I kind of want the gems, but the sledgehammer could, like, you know, really help out with, like, you know, open that box, because there's a possibility that maybe the key could be in there. I'm lucky, like, you know, it could be inside the, where was that? Where was it at again? I think it was in the courtyard. Courtyard. There it is. No? What room was it in again? Oh, here it is. What? Alright, so let's see. Yeah, plenty of keys at least. So now our options here. Chapel, gymnasium. I'll head over to the chapel first. Like I'm well, or do I want to go back to the boat room and try to solve that again since I'm closer to it? Cause see, I keep on wanting to try to solve this puzzle. I mean, I hate that I'm having to go back over and try again. But if I can solve this, the key could be behind it. At least it stay where it was. All right, so again, 18. Again, this one's just really dumbfounding me. I think I've already tried this before, so. It's not gonna be either. I know it ain't. Nah. $18 minus 5 times 3 times 3. All right. That ain't either. Yeah, I mean, this one's like definitely a weird one. So 3 times 3 is. So I get 3 times 3 minus 5. It comes up as. So it came as 22. Every like thing I'm doing here comes out with 21 or 22. I literally keep on coming up with the same results every time. All right. It's not either. It's just like this. Definitely like that's the order of it too. I'm sure. That's how they've been getting me with these. Like plus like just throwing in like little trick questions to it or trick equations. I know this ain't gonna be it. Figured as much. I was coming up with a very convoluted solution there, or whatever, going by what I was looking at, and that wasn't it. Now I'm just randomly pressing numbers, but I don't want to solve it that way. All right, okay. So again, 18. There's no, it's not 18 times 6 minus 5. That's nowhere. Yeah, I know. I was just trying to figure it out. I just hate like these puzzles like this when they're like, because I understand it's gonna get harder every time, but geez. I'm just at the point I'm just trying like just going to get on. Oops. We're going to just get it out of the way, and if it's just guessing, just to get the key, since there are like kind of like the people next door getting a little bit rowdier, guys. So don't want to rush through this, but I do want to solve it. But I'm not gonna like go that route. It's just again, this one's just so strange, the way like everything. I doubt it, but yeah, I figured as much. Kind of thought of something else right there. Okay, so let's try something here. I mean, I know this ain't gonna work either. I kind of thought about for some reason I was thinking, hold on. That's not it either. All right, let me see here. Damn, that wasn't it either. I thought I was hoping that was it. I kind of like basically did like 5 times 6, took the 5 and the 6 or whatever. I basically tried to do like 5, like 3, into 3. So that's like 6, and then 5, times 6, is a subtraction. And I basically with 30, and then tried like do like a minus 18, but that definitely wasn't it. Might have already done this too. I'm hoping I didn't. Wait a minute. Damn, that wasn't it either. I'm coming up with other things here. None of it. I already did 14 anyway, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the twist. This is BS. Yeah, I just randomly pushed a number there. Like I said, that's the reason why I hate math. I kept on thinking, the way it kind of did before, where it kind of canceled itself out with that one puzzle. Okay, I keep on, wanting to try to divide, try to multiply to threes. That's 9. I've already done 9 minus 5. Which is 4. Alright, game, well played. I finally figured it out right there. We had to... You asshole. You ass. Okay, to explain basically, I think, what just happened there, Rogues. So, the answer was 9. Because we had to take the 18. The 18 was completely irrelevant. We had to basically cast that out. We had to pretty much, do 9. We had to, add 3 times 3. And then afterwards, the number there, we had to, subtract that from the 18. That was bullshit. It was way too easy, and I was basically coming up with all these other complex solutions. Now I just gotta get past this one. All right, 10 minus 10 plus 10. Please tell me it's 18. Whoa, hold up. Never mind. I got mixed up there. All right, hopefully this won't be as bad. Okay. Okay, this one's... Hopefully this ain't going to be as bad. $10, $20... Oh boy. Alright, so 10 times 18. We know this is not... That's not going to fit on the thing. Whatever. Nothing gonna work. Alright, let's go and just storm back through them again. Was it 9 or 8? Okay. Now this one... Yeah, that's not really... Oh, boy. Hopefully this is the last one for this. For this, now I gotta worry about this anymore tonight. There's a 10. 10. Hang on. It's 18 minus 10. I was trying to, like, do, like, the subtraction first, but I don't think that's how this goes. All right. So this one feels like it's even more complex. So we got the 10 right there. Like he's saying 10, thinking 10 minus 18 or 18 minus 10. All right. Okay, so come on, James, think here. 18 minus 10 plus 10. Hold up. I was just I felt like it was just a trick too. It has and the payoff wasn't really worth it. I don't know. That was just a guess right there in the end, guys. I just pushed on 10 because I felt they were just trying to trick me somehow. I think like the way they were probably trying to go about that was there's going to be like a 0 in the end somehow, and and basically 10 times 1 or whatever, or something like that. I don't know. I don't care. In the end, like I mean, I got a couple keys, got some more keys, so that's good. But I was really hoping it was gonna be something better for all the trouble I had to go through. All right, so all these lead the same way. I don't have any gems. We'll do the boudoir. How I don't know how you pronounce it. Whatever. Got another key out of it at least. Yeah, like especially when you got a deficiency in it. Surprised I've been doing as good as I have been with it. I got plenty of keys to open stuff up with. Like if I could at least just... I'm hoping we can score a boiler room. I want to go and just open it up while I could. Come on, please, boiler room. Ballroom. That's not... Well... We got a lab. We got like a workshop. What would this be? Let's test this out. Shoot, we need something else. Darn. Okay, we'll see if we can like find anything else around here. Probably like try to like do any mixing. That has me intrigued about like, yeah, that sledgehammer. That's what I'm guessing. Of course, unfortunately, you know, things are starting to get closed off again. At least I can get an item out of this. Another key and a dice. We're running out of places to go. The only place we really got is like the gymnasium and the dark room. Of course. Redraw. Darn it. Jeez. Okay, yeah. Well, we still got the chapel down there. I mean, basically, we don't really need to. All right, so I guess what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna head back over to the chat. Well, we can do the dark room right here and hope for something good. All right, well, that's the only way we can. Well, which do we go with here? Hope I don't regret that. Well, definitely kind of paid off as a gamble. Don't know if I can mix like, you know, this with anything. I'm gonna go see if I can check like the chapel. See like, you know, if we can pull anything from it. Hopefully we got enough steps to get back, you know, to the workshop. I'm gonna step into the commissary for a second to see if I can buy anything. Darn. I'll get one. I'll get like whatever gems they got. Exactly. And I see I could have got the running shoes if I noticed those coins right there. Bad comedy is bad. And now I gotta get back up to the. Alright, at least we'll do the observatory. This is a 20 now. Now, what was the bonus we got for this? No, probably should have saved it. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any green rooms, except for like, what, one? At least I can kind of see what the special flowers are. Let's just hope I got enough steps to go back to the workshop. I don't see any flowers they're talking about. Okay, it's gonna. I just want to see if I can go in here and make something else. Oh, darn it, that's not. Well, that didn't help matters at all. I just like went the wrong way. That was unnecessary waste of steps. I'll still make it to the workshop, but... Realize I could like try to run an experiment, see if it helps me somehow, but I doubt it will. Okay, I don't know if that's going to help today, but... There's no food in here, but... Probably gonna really be able to make anything with this, but... Nope. You know what that makes? Ventilator and shovel. Picks down amplifier. Okay, that sounds neat, but... Detector shovel. So it's telling us what... At least it's showing what all we can make with it. Can't do anything with salt. I guess that means it'll make it like easier for us, like, you know, pick locks or whatever. So we need like something else. We need a third thing with the battery pack. I guess I can at least like go ahead and mate the thing just to see what it does. Probably gonna make it more likely I'll find proper, you know, find stuff. Greater chance. Too bad I ain't got a place I can store it. That would be really handy. Alright guys, so yeah, this run pretty much just like, you know, ended in a no-go as well, but it's probably just gonna go the way it always does. Every stream, some runs work in my favor, some don't. That's basically how it, you know, how it all like has to go. That's all how it the way it goes. But hopefully next stream I'll be able to draw like the tomb again, and this time actually get like the pump room and all that, so I can, you know, raise the levels of the reservoir and properly explore this time, because there's definitely like a lot, you know, I need to check. That's like my two main goals: checking like the reservoir, and also trying to get back into the antechamber, which that's the main goal. Get back into the antechamber so that I can get the basement key and go back to the foundation and get downstairs. You know, go down there and, you know, continue forward. It feels like we're getting closer to like room 46. It's just like, you know, it's all depends on like what kind of runs I have. You know, a successful, you know, run through the house and everything. But again, the billiard room, like, that's definitely like starting to become more of a pain as well. But at least, you know, it's, you know, I'm not gonna bother like, you know, with editing down this time. Whatever, you guys are just going to skip past that, skip to the solution. I'm tired of having like I've already had to edit down the past 2 streams due to things or whatever. And I'm tired of having to do it. But I did so yesterday just because I was stuck on like, you know, the billiard room puzzle for like 40 minutes. But at least this time I don't think it really was that long. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and actually call it a day and see like what kind of house we had. And I kind of would like to, you know, start off like things, see if we do have like the permanent allowance now. But I think that actually might be as long as I think the experiment may start. That was not an ordinary villa. May start the next day. So I'm gonna go ahead and like save and quit and call it here. Next stream for this will be Thursday, because tomorrow is gonna be the next episode for Castlevania. Aria or Dawn? Aria of Sorrow, I'm sure. Or is it? See, I had to do this every time. I keep forgetting if it's Dawn or Aria, but I'm pretty sure it's Aria. That's the one Castlevania I always struggle with on which one is, because they both have sorrow in it. Yeah, Aria of Sorrow. We'll be doing next episode for that tomorrow, as well as continuing the Shrek DLC for Power Wash Simulator. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the stream, be sure to like, comment, and share. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, appreciate you doing that as well, since we are coming up close to 1,000 subscribers on here. And also, if you're on a Discord server, feel free to join that as well. So anyways, until next one, Rogues, I'm about to go hit up the gym. I was actually supposed to probably go do that about an hour ago, but I got a late start on the stream due to things. And again, apologies for the disruptions that continue to happen when I'm live. Hopefully sometime soon that won't be a problem anymore, but yeah. Anyways, until next stream, you guys be safe. Much love. Thanks for coming out, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.